So number 14 for me is get ready to always carry your own nylon bag with you, your own shopping bag with you, because most often you have to pay for it. And I mean, how long would you keep paying for like bag each time you step out to go and buy something? Most supermarkets definitely would ask if you want to buy a bag, or you would, you have your bag. Same with like retail stores for clothing. The only time I've gotten free bag was, is when I go to like local markets, or I go to like buy things from open markets. Aside from those open markets, most stores, if not all stores, you actually pay for your bag. So basically, always carry your bag. If you're here, if you're relocating here, just know that you're going to, perhaps need your bag, your nylon bag, when you're going into the store to shop. Number 15 on my list is one of those things that I feel like it's embarrassing back in Nigeria. When you go to ShopRite to buy something and then you're going into Spa, somebody will like tell you to lock your bag from ShopRite in some box. They do it a lot in Port Harcourt and it's very annoying. Like Port Harcourt only, you have to drop everything. The only thing you're carrying into the store in Port Harcourt, when you say supermarket in Port Harcourt, is your ATM card or your phone, whatever you're making payment with. They don't allow you to go with your handbag or anything. It's really annoying. Same thing I noticed in Akwa Ibom. I think I also noticed it in Ghana, in Accra, where I was going into a store and they stripped me of everything I had. So here you can go into a store with what you bought from another store, and that's, I think it's actually a big culture shock for me, because really, I mean, in Lagos, I really don't notice it, because I mean, I was driving in Lagos, so most often I put my things in the car and I just go with my handbag. And ShopRite will not ask you to drop your handbag, but in Port Harcourt, you have to drop your handbag. It was really funny. So that doesn't happen here. Number 16 for me is something that, trekking, walking, using bicycle does not equate to poverty. So a lot of people back in Nigeria, if you're not using a big car, even when you're using like a 2016 car, 2006 car, or you're using a 1995 car, 2000 car, people sort of like equate it to like you're poor. Yeah, maybe cars are status thing in Nigeria, just like houses are. But right here, trust me, cars, bicycle, walking is not a status thing. Just because someone is walking does not mean that you're richer than the person. Just because someone is using bicycle does not mean that you're driving your 2018 car, you're better than the person. So definitely that's a culture shock for me. I expected it, nevertheless, but again, it's something that I did not experience back in the country where I was, and I'm experiencing it here. Riding a bike, using scooter or whatever, it's just a lifestyle and people enjoy doing it, and definitely it has nothing to do with poverty. So basically in the UK so far, I've been walking like an Israelite. Yeah, so you just keep walking. Even when you go to the bus, luckily for me, the bus station is very close to my house. Walking is actually normal, so here we walk like Israelites. Number 17 for me is traffic. There is no traffic here, though I live in a city where people tend to believe is a traffic city. For them, for the people who live here, they think or they believe Birmingham is a traffic city. But for me, coming from Lagos, that I have stayed in traffic for like 2-3 hours for a 10 minutes journey, definitely there's no traffic here. For me, that it's really something that is a culture shock for me. Back in London, I hear that usually there is traffic in London, but for where I live, I haven't been in traffic more than 3 minutes. That's the highest I think I've been in traffic. Number 18 for me is renting. Renting is like buying a house. What is going on? I am renting a house, not buying a house. You're asking me for all my history, everything I've done. I'm renting your house, I'm not buying a house. So that for me was a culture shock. At some point I broke down and I almost cried. In fact, I cried, renting and having to do things that the landlord would usually do back in Nigeria. Was the one doing it, calling council, doing this, doing that. So renting, it's more like for me it was like I was buying a house, and that was a culture shock for me. Though it's good, it's a system that works, it makes sense to me, but at that moment I actually felt like breaking down because it was too much work for me. But 19 for me is maintenance culture. So looking around the city where I live in currently, I would say that I can see that there is maintenance culture. I mean, there are houses that have been here for more than 100 years, and there are houses that have been here for more than 50 years, and they are well taken care of. It might look a bit old from outside, but inside when you get in there, it's actually really neat. Apart from houses, generally I feel like even the structures that are maybe like museums, like there's just this general maintenance culture around here that I really do like. Definitely there'll be things that might be out of place, but still the bulk of it is actually well maintained, and for me, I believe that has been a cultural shock for me. I expected it, I expected the neatness and everything there is, but it's different from where I'm coming from, and I would say that it was an uncertainty, it was a change, it was something different, and I'll categorize it as culture shift. Hey guys, if you're still watching at this point, please do me the kind favor of hitting the like button to help this video grow and help this video get more views. Thank you so much, and just keep watching. Number 20, there is a database of properties, so it makes it easy. So basically, if you want to like do something, maybe delivery or something, you want to send somebody a post, mail, it's just easier because there is a database of properties, and that means that it's easy for one to navigate through the city. It's easy for one to actually get direction to where they are going to. It's easy for you to get delivery. It's easy for you to get things delivered. You don't, maybe a few cases of things missing here and there, but definitely it's just easier because there's a database of properties within the UK. 21, hatchback cars. I would most likely put that up here. Damn, yeah, you see a car that you really like, and then the next thing, the car is driving back, driving past you, and it's this hunch hatchback kind of car, and I'm like, God damn it. I understand that it's because of the conservative nature of the UK or the UK people, and when I read about it, they say basically also when you're trying to park, it's just you use less space when you're using a hatchback car, and that's why they use hatchback cars here. It's actually really funny for me because I really like really, and then I feel like the cars here, the interiors are not the same with the interiors of cars back in Nigeria. Like you see the same car, and once you go into the interior and look in, it's not the same, doesn't give you that vibe. Mostly Honda cars, like back in Nigeria, whenever I say Honda car, I want to see the interior because they're always giving me that vibe. But here I don't. I see the interiors are different from what I see back home. Yeah, I understand that most of the cars we use in Nigeria is from the US, and the US spec is different. Number 22, famine is not poverty. Famine is not a sign of poverty. In fact, famine is a sign of riches. Like when I hear people like, oh, I will live with my parents, we live on our farmland, I just already assume that, oh, they're doing good, they're living well. So famine is not a poverty sign or a thing that you'll be like, okay, this person is poor. I mean, farming is a good thing. But here in the UK, so far I've seen most of the beautiful houses I see are on farm houses. Like I see like really nice suburban place that it's like a farming community, and the houses are always very fine. So farming is not a sign of poverty. Farmers are, if you ask me, farmers are rich. I've always been interested in farming myself. I've always known, I know definitely that in the future I want to own a farm. In fact, I would, if I'm talking about my future most often with people, my friends, I'll definitely always add, even with my mom, that farming is one thing that is certain for me. I've always known that I'll be a farmer in the long run at some point. So coming here to see how things are done, I really would take my time to like visit a lot of farm. It's part of the plan for this channel, and I see how farming is really done. I'll definitely learn from it. So farming is not a sign of poverty, and you should know that basically. And I think I should just add the fact that owning a horse, people that own horses, a sign of riches. So I expected people to have tattoos, smoke on the streets and all that, so it's not a culture shock for me. But I think the level of tattoo I'm seeing, I'm shocked. So you see someone like basically all over their body, like they're wearing, you feel like they're wearing something, but it's actually tattoo, like they're on tattoo from their head to their toe. So that for me, it's really different. I see people on tattoo in Nigeria and other places I visited, but seeing someone like covered up in tattoo is something different totally, and it's a culture shock for me. And another thing I would say is the beggars on the streets. I feel like I've seen more beggars on UK streets than I saw back in Nigeria. More beggars on the streets, more, should I say, homeless people, or should I say people that look out of place, people that are druggy on the streets. I see more of that here as compared to Nigeria. So that again is another culture shock. I didn't expect to see a lot of beggars like that on the streets of the UK. Number 24 is calling people by their name. I mean, your boss's boss, you can call them by their name. Yes, back in Nigeria, most offices, I had worked in a place where even the boss, it's, we call him by his name. But we know that most places in Nigeria, like the banking industry, everybody wants to be sir, and back here is different. You can call someone by their name regardless of their age. So I'm going to my last point, which I haven't experienced, but I've heard that most English people do not know how to write. So basically they speak the English, but they cannot write English. So just because someone is speaking a polished English, well-spoken looking person, once you ask them to write, because most of them don't really go to school, but of course English is their first and basic language, they can speak as much as you would expect, but they do not know how to write English. We have come to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed the culture. I hope you enjoyed the culture shock that I shared so far. I will keep sharing my experience while living in the UK. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Do not forget to hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button if you've not done so yet. Thank you, and I will catch you soon. Bye bye.